I would assume this one doesn't have a license based on the way he's riding and his age. The license plate is completely unreadable on the back. Oh, there you go, he just said he doesn't have a license. Oh, they're riding together. That's why. Oh my goodness. It went from family outing to family impounding. Although the driver of the front motorcycle said he has a license, it's at home. The one at the back said he really doesn't have a license. All the children on the sidewalk are saying bye-bye. According to the enforcer, the driver's not even close to being old enough to apply for a license. This tricycle driver is wearing slippers and he looks like a kid, a really young kid. There's no plate on the back either. I would be very surprised if he has a license. He looks too young. The enforcer just asked him if he had a license and he shook his head and walked away. So the adults at this property confirmed that he really doesn't have a license. So what happens if he crashes into someone with this? There are so many little kids running around this area. The team are now inside a tiny street somewhere here in Las Piñas, acting on a complaint. Actually, you would really wonder, can the barangay not handle this, a tiny little street? Even just simple things like removing garbage from the road. Either way, it's been assigned to MMDA, so they need to act on it. There are signs that say no parking. The enforcers are now looking at this motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. There's no plate attached, so they'll need the engine number. Most likely it will get towed away to clear the sidewalk. They're asking this rider for his license. He was just flagged down now for driving without crash helmet. And that's never a good sign when they bring out the cell phone instead of a driver's license. In comes a towing crew now to take that bike away. The driver cannot show a license. And over here, issuing a ticket to this one parked on the sidewalk. Of course, when it floods in this area, they'll say, hey, why is it flooding? Well, why is the sewer full of garbage? Why does the barangay allow it? I don't know. You'll see the gentleman across the road there trying to move his motorcycle off the sidewalk so he can avoid being ticketed for illegal parking. This motorcycle is now for impounding. The driver said he doesn't have a license. He's got a little girl sitting on the front, no crash helmet. He said, I'm just going nearby. Even nearby, we've seen incidents where, for example, the little girl smashed her head on the floor on a small inner street. You'll see the bicycle lane became parking for cars. The sidewalk became parking for motorcycles. They've already started writing out the tickets. If the drivers arrive in time, that's all it is, a ticket. Otherwise, they'll be towed away. This guy suddenly jumped on his motorcycle. He wants to ride away even if he doesn't have a helmet or shoes. They are asking for his license so they can issue a ticket for illegal parking in the bicycle lane. You'll see the guys in the background trying to take all their obstructions off the sidewalk, the vulcanizing shop. Obviously, they know it's not meant to be there, obstructing the sidewalk. So they're worried that the clearing team might confiscate them. If only they could keep the sidewalk clear even when the MMDA aren't here. Imagine if the barangay did what the MMDA do. My goodness, you would really feel the difference then. The tricycle that was parked in the bicycle lane is now going on the tow truck. They kept asking if someone could show a license and different people kept coming and giving different answers basically. So eventually they said, okay, we're just going to tow it. They can't stay there all day waiting to see if someone shows a license. And this is a really unique style of parking. My goodness, they tried to occupy as much space as possible. Aside from being a bike lane, there's a big sign in the background which says no parking. There's also a tricycle parked on the sidewalk as well as a motorcycle over here. Allegedly someone came out for the tricycle but said he doesn't have a driver's license. So that's why the towing crew are picking it up now. And there were actually two owner-type Jeeps that were towed for the same reason, illegal parking. This truck was ticketed by the MMDA and now connected to a tow truck for illegal parking, obstructing the sidewalk and the pedestrian crossing. When they asked the driver for his license, he showed an LGU ticket which allegedly expired 5 weeks ago. Either way, his ticket is only valid for 5 or 7 days. He cannot continue to drive around showing that ticket in place of his license. So that's why they hooked up to the tow truck and they're going to be pulling it away. They already issued a ticket to that motorcycle parked on the sidewalk right next to the pedestrian crossing. And across the road they're writing out a ticket to that SUV also parked on the sidewalk.